Hey everyone, fun fact, I didn't press record, so I already said this video like twice already. I finally pressed record and you're finally getting to see this video. So cheers to that. Okay, it's Labor Day. Welcome to your fake holiday, right? Because we're still working today and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, you do have a holiday today and your week's worth of work is finally on track with the semester, right? So here's what you have this week. A lot of revision and editing videos. Hopefully you're doing both, right? You're editing your document and also revising your document. I have an MLA checklist, a revision checklist even, at the top of your My Courses page. Use it. Use it. It's ridiculous to see after you've done so many drafts and so many revisions and so many smart thinking tutoring response stuff, right? After you've done all that stuff, you still haven't double spaced your paper, or you still have 11-point font, or something ridiculous, right? You get points off, like major points off, because that's ridiculous to have missed by the time it gets to the last moment at the end of this week, right? So make sure you're using this checklist. Make sure you're watching those videos. Make sure you're responding to the forums. I will say, because I'm here already, the forums and journals should be text only. No attachments in those things, right? This week you will not lose points because I didn't make that clearer sooner, but just write your responses in those things. It has been categorically a stronger response has been given to everyone who participates via text rather than as an attachment, and then people don't respond to you, then you're wondering why you're left out of the discussion. Make sure, if you're worried about spelling and grammar, write it in a text document and then copy and paste it into the actual My Courses forum or journal, right? I don't want any more attachments. It makes things more complicated than it needs to be. It makes, obviously, everyone has to then click, download, move all these things around. Don't worry about that stuff, right? Just put your text in, respond that way. Other things I can tell you. How this works for this course with me, right? Maybe other writing teachers are different. Your first draft, which was submitted this week, is due. Your Smart Thinking tutoring form proves that you worked with that tutor is also due, right? So I can see the progress you've made so far. You're going to continue to revise this week. What I do with your first drafts is I see that you did them. You get points for doing them. Excellent work, right? Easy points. I give you points for that Smart Thinking response form that your tutor gave back to you, so I can see that you're improving, right? Great, awesome, great. I then read everyone's draft and send you all an email of general corrections everyone needs to look into, right? And you're like, oh man, it's not really individualized. I want her to look specifically at my paper. Okay, and I understand that. That is very, very important, individual feedback. But this first draft, I want you to keep, excuse me, I want you to keep working on your paper. I want to see a perfect, polished final draft. And the reason that I only give you individual feedback at the final draft point is one, so you can continue to learn from your tutor. You can maybe, hopefully later in the semester, learn from your peers with peer review. You can keep revising with all the tools you've been given in class. And then when you get to your final draft, it's hopefully a beautiful, wonderful, grammatically correct, absolutely perfect paper that I will then give you feedback on, and you have until the end of the semester to revise if you choose all you want. You can revise as many times as you want. So I don't want you to feel like Heather only gives us feedback whenever we're at the very end of it and we can't do anything about it. That would suck, but I don't do that. So instead, what I do is let you work through the paper process, continue to learn at your own pace, and then at the final draft, I give you individual feedback next to your grade, and you can always bring your grade back up by following that feedback after the final draft anytime in the semester up until the final exam week, right? Okay, so that's as fair as I can make the class with all of the students I have. I want to give you all incredible resources to continue to learn on your own, but I also want to be there in case you need something. So please let me know if you need anything else, obviously, via Skype or via email. I've been very, very quick lately, so I'm feeling good about it, but hopefully you know how to get in touch with me from there. Other things I can tell you include nothing at all, just some reminders on my checklist here. Use the checklists that I've provided at the top of the My Courses page, hopefully for all of your essays. Second thing is don't include attachments in your journals and your forums. Just don't do it. Don't do that. It makes it complicated. You're good. Other things, smart thinking. Continue to work with your smart thinking tutor, whichever one they give you, whichever two indicators you feel like you really need to shape up in your essay. Continue to revise those things. If you're not sure, leave a comment for the next tutor. You can submit your papers as often as you'd like, right? Which is really great. And it's for free, which is even better. And then the last thing is use the tools, the videos I've included this week to both complete your work, because you're going to have to answer questions in your form, but also to utilize in the revision of your paper and the editing of your paper. Now, I have noticed, my last note for this video, I have noticed that a few of you are a little snarky with your forum titles. So make sure they're creative. I'm not asking you to write the great American novel, right? But you will have to utilize the skill of making a creative and to the point subject line in an effort to attract other people, as well as get someone's attention, as well as hopefully generate some discussion. So don't just put forum number 1, I'm so bored. That's really lame and really like tiresome, and I'm bored with you now, which is not the feeling you want me to have when I'm reading your work, right? So make sure you're doing what you have to do, read all of the instructions, and try not to gripe too hard about some tiny things you're required to do in class. Okay, if there's anything you need, please let me know. Otherwise, you're free as birds. Good luck this week.